Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? It's exciting. We're getting started here live. I'm a little bit of a different kind of environment here right now, trying to get set up and just trying to make it a little cozier. I've got some nice family photos here, got some stuff going on. Oh, we've got Coach Poonam who's coming on here. We'll bring her in. It's always good to see on a coaching session without coaches. So we've got her coming in here right now. There we go. Coach Poonam.
How are you?
Always crazy, like just had to, abruptly like jump out of that call. And I was like, quick, go IGTV live. So yeah, I'm here.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, we were talking about multitasking yesterday. You are the superhero. You are like crazy multitasking nowadays.
Yeah, but where I try to do is I really try to do give the thing I'm in the focus. Like I've tried to do that in the past where, oh, there's an interesting WebEx, whatever, webinar, something I want to listen to. And like, oh, well, that's going on. I'll do this other thing or I'll take some notes when it doesn't work. I learn nothing. I gain nothing. I waste time. I'd rather spend 15 minutes in that webinar learning whatever I've got to learn and then go, you know what? I got to focus on this other thing, but I got 15 minutes and I'm done.
That's absolutely, yeah. That's the best way to do it. That's like you're not really multitasking. You're focusing on one task at a time, but you're doing a lot.
Yes, I'm just doing 10,000 tasks in a day. But what a good time.
Yeah. You're on, which is awesome. So we have some audience here. Ariana, welcome.
Hi.
Coach Mine.
Hi.
All right, so we see Clarita joining. Hey, welcome to Steer Us College Interrupted series. We are in week 3. Today is Triumphant Tuesdays. I am Coach Poonam. I'm joined with mentor Laurelyn, and we have a nice setup for you guys. We're going to talk for 15 minutes, help you guys navigate through work, life, college, everything. So we are a social coaching platform focused on college students. Hello, hello. Hello, steerers for a Tuesday. Yes. So today we are going to talk about professional career development. And I'm very happy that you are here for this topic today, Laurelyn, because you are a really great mentor when it comes to like communication and like networking and stuff. So I'm really happy that you are here with me today to talk about
Good tag
it.
team.
Nice. So the question for today is, what would you like to be doing in 10 years?
Let me write that. We don't have to do
Think big picture, right? Because right now we are kind of overwhelmed with whatever is going on. We are just sticking to our day-to-day. We really don't know how tomorrow is going to look like. We don't know how next week is going to look like. But we can think about 10 years from now, big picture. What do you see yourself doing 10 years from now? Yesterday we spoke a little bit about vision board and, how you can use that as a tool. And let's see what comments come in. But the question is, what would you like to be doing in 10 years? Coach Michael says retiring. Yes, Michael, retiring. What would you do after retiring? That's an interesting thing.
Yeah, and that's the question. Like, how do you retire? Do you do like a practice retirement or like a phased out retirement? That's what I'm planning. I'd love to sit on boards and strategize and help startups kind of get to where they're going. Once, of course, we get to where we're going, and then advise and just, kind of do a slow fade.
Yeah. So like how I like to think about it is it's not just like what career-wise you would be doing 10 years from now, but it's like, how does your life look like? How does your day look like, And while sitting on a beach, nice, that's how your day looks like. I love it.
Hoping that was 5 o'clock somewhere, right, Parrot Head? Yeah. Sipping a margarita.
Yeah. So how does your after 10 years look like, Marilyn?
Well, Well, I really want to make this a success. And then with any monies raised, I'd love to try to be able to solve the problem of homeless people, recycling, and stray dogs. And I have an idea to do it all together, but I would need the money from this to fund that. And then I'd like to go help, startups and serve on boards and that kind of thing. That's where I'd like to be in 10 years.
I love dogs. So, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, we've got a bunch here. I mean,
yeah, one of my oh, look at that cutie.
Yep, I'm surrounded, by my pets. Well, they're upstairs. I hear them, but yeah. It's fun. You need to be surrounded by the things and people you love.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, what would you like, to be doing in 10 years? Also, kind of makes you think of who you see around you in 10 years, what kind of people you want in your life, where you see, like, which place you see yourself, like, on this earth. Look at religion on both sides, and they are still.
Coach Mike, never mind the politicians doing well and looking fabulous in their 70s. Look at these rock stars like Mick and Keith and all of that they've pickled their organs and yet they're still rocking it at 80 and still having kids. So, why not, right?
Yeah. So that's a lot to think about, and I feel like it's not just your decisions today or your actions today need to align with that vision of yourself. So this is a very good, vision board exercise of like, what do you see yourself doing in 10 years? Is because whatever actions, it takes us out of whatever we are dealing with day to day right now. Especially now, this is very important because our perspectives have narrowed down so much, and it's natural because there is so much going on. There is so much overwhelm. There is so much fear. There is so much uncertainty going on that it's very easy to get overwhelmed by all that and just reduce your perspective like today or tomorrow or like just a week from now because you just don't know where you're gonna be. But when we think about 10 years from now, it helps us realize who we want to be, how we want to show up, and what are our true dreams and true goals. So the question, we are talking about career development today, and I think being a transition coach, I always want people to find their passion in what they do or who they are is something that needs to be ingrained in what career path they choose, because we spend like so much time at work or doing what we do, and if we are not happy with that, if we don't enjoy that, what's the point?
Exactly. Right? Find your why. You're the third, sort of like message around find your why. I had to write an article this morning that I ghostwrite for a CEO. It was all about find your why, by like Steven Sinek. Then I attended a webinar at noon, which was all about find your purpose and find your why. I'm like, there's a message out there. And so I have a question that I've been hearing from some of the students and that we're talking to, because things are so uncertain now. Should they be looking closer in at career development, like not trying to think 5 to 10 years from now, because who knows what that world's going to look like, but really just focused right now on maybe 6 months to 18 months to 2 years? What are your thoughts on that?
So my thoughts are, it's both, because when we look far away, like when we removes ourselves from like today's chaos, it helps us to find our why, or it helps us to find who we are really. Mm-hmm. And then you can track it back to what I can do today, or what I can do in a month, or what opportunities do I see, because there are a lot of opportunities that are showing up. Like, things are changing fast. A lot of businesses are going under, a lot of people are like in their jobs. It's chaos right now, but a lot of opportunities are coming out of it as well, and they will eventually as we get to our new normal. So we won't be able to see those opportunities if we are stuck in like just today, or like, if if we are just stuck in the step-by-step thing about it. If we look at big picture, if we look at 10 years from now, and that's why I keep focusing on who you are or what is your why, is because if you don't know that, then you just keep going after things that are working for others, or where the money is, or you just restrict yourself with what other people are doing, and then you follow that path, but it's not something that's making you happy. So that's why I feel it's both. It's first look at the bigger picture and then try to track back, okay, what can I do now? So that it's nice, because that kind of brings us to our next question, is that one question you have about your career development is, what is that one question you would like? Let's say you have mentor Laurel in here, so what is that one question you would like to ask to like a mentor or like a career development person that trigger your thoughts? So let's see, what's the question about career development that you have?
I tried to put it here.
It's both. It's looking at the bigger picture and then tracking back what you do today and how it aligns with that bigger picture.
So it won't let me pin a second comment. There's a learning after I have the first one pinned.
Interesting. That's okay. You're learning new things about Instagram. Okay.
So I think, one of the things is we're just waiting for some questions to come in about career development. As someone who has consistently reinvented herself, based on opportunities, based on changes in the market, based on changes in, even in some cases, my interest, where things were and things shifted, I think that it's good to, try to think about how you can best prepare and do things to make yourself flexible rather than try to box yourself in. And so change it up is what I think. Now, we've got a question coming in here from Catalyst. How do you feel confident in pursuing opportunities?
How to feel confident in pursuing opportunities? That's a tough one. You probably don't always feel confident.
No.
You do. Like, I don't. If it's risky, if it's something you haven't done before, if it's totally out of your comfort zone, you're not gonna feel confident right away. I think the key there is, even though you're not feeling confident, but if you believe in it, if you are seeing that opportunity, go for it. Even if you are scared of doing that, but go for it. Allow yourselves to make mistakes. I think why we hold ourselves back and ask this question of like, oh my God, I'm not feeling confident, how can I do this? Is because we are not allowing ourselves to fail. Yeah. It's okay to fail. Just learn from your failure and do better next time. So pursuing opportunities is always scary. It's never like, you're not always confident, walking into, something unknown. Mm-hmm. And especially now that like most of the things are unknown, like most of the things are uncertain. Especially if I'm constantly told I'm not good enough. That's why you need to go in and not out, because if you're listening to other people telling you that you're not good enough, and I think we did speak about this yesterday as well, that when you are not feeling motivated, when you're not feeling confident, most of the times it's you, either people are telling you you're not good enough. Sometimes it's you yourself telling yourself, most of the times it's us telling ourselves that we are not good enough when we are not feeling confident. Reach out to your core circle. Reach out to that inner circle, that the people that you trust. I think that will help, but it's more going inwards and analyzing yourself and finding what makes you happy. And I don't think it matters if somebody tells you you're not good enough, if you know that you are on the right path. You might not be amazing at what you're doing right now, but if that is your passion, if that is what you want to follow, you'll get better. You'll get better. But that is not something you should let yourself hold back or like just drop because somebody's telling you that, oh, you're not good enough in doing this.
Absolutely not. I'd say too, it's two things. Tune out the noise right? Like number one, block it, because if it's not serving you, let it go. And the second thing I think it's really important, and this is what gets me fired up, is men are twice as likely to apply for a job that they're not qualified for, versus women. Now, I don't want to be playing the gender card and all that, because we love everybody, you know, he, her, him, them, that's all good. But I think when I look at that and I look at a job, I go, ooh, I don't know, or LinkedIn will give me a score and say, you only have 6 out of 10 of the, you know, whatever required skills. And I'm like, no, I don't. I have all of the skills. Maybe I didn't write my resume the way the bot is going to want to receive it. But you know what? I know that he's going to apply and he's probably going to have a chance at an interview. And why not? I should try. What's the worst that's going to happen? I don't get a call? Oh, well,
yeah,
in my life.
It's always worth a try. The worst that could happen is like that door won't open or somebody will say no. That's it. Like, you know. So yeah, that's a good point, Laurelyn. And yeah, like we had 2 tips for you guys today. Is that you know, list your career development questions. I know we went over a couple of them, but thank you for asking that really tricky question, which most of us have, and it's really difficult to analyze and process that. But yeah, and reach out to family members and ask these questions. So it's good to get that perspective right now, especially right now, because we are so stuck in our own perspective, our own problems, our own issues, whatever we are
dealing with.
What I feel like, we need to talk to people who are in different circumstances. Find people who are in different circumstances. You will find people in your own circle, own family, friends who are dealing with some other thing than you. Like you are in a situation, but they are in a completely different situation. Go and talk to them. Ask them about how they are coping. Ask them about what they are doing, like what their story is. Because what happens is then we start opening up our own perspective. We start talking to people, we start having that conversation, and it helps us to broaden our perspective and then see that bigger picture that we were talking about, right? 10 years from now. Because now we are like looking at different stories and probably some more opportunities will come up from there. So, yeah. We are at the end of our today's session.
It's always sad when it ends. So good while it's going. It's like, you know.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And yeah, so the 2 things that we want you guys to take away from this is that ask those questions, ask those career development questions. First, make a list of those questions, look at the bigger picture, see what you're going to do 10 years from now, and then track it back and ask those questions. Talk to people from different perspectives and different walks of life. And follow us on steeras.io. Tomorrow we'll be here again at 8 p.m. EST. And tomorrow we have a guest coach tomorrow with Coach T, who is going to join us. So follow us on steeras.io on all the social media accounts that we have, steeras_io for Twitter. And we will see you tomorrow.
Perfect. Thanks to everyone in the audience for the support and the questions and the little hearts and love. And thanks, Coach B.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.